92.7 बिग एफएम से दिस इज आरजे राशि एंड जो मेरे साथ बैठी हैं उनको मैं अगर इंट्रोड्यूस कराऊंगी ना इस पर बी सो अनफेयर. Just look at how vibrant she looks and how beautiful she is and what an amazing actress she is. Welcome Rakul Preet Singh. How are you?
You very good. Thank you so much. Wow, all the vibrancy you're talking about. I was at home and then I was like, Big FM wants to record. I said, oh, really? Okay, fine. Let's just do a quick Zoom call.
As if आपको कुछ स्पेशल तैयारी की जरूरत पड़ने वाली है राकुल. तो शुरुआत मैं सबसे पहले करूंगी कि of course runway 34 has happened. Tanya Albuquerque has like ruled the skies, the land. People are talking about your performance. मैंने अभी तक देखी नहीं है क्योंकि छुट्टी नहीं मिलती है. वीकेंड पे प्लान है. तो मुझे बताइए कि सबसे पहला जो मेरा सवाल है, it is very very important for people to take you as a serious actor. हर एक्टर का यही गोल होता है. And I know that the kind of movies that you've been picking up are very very selective movies. जब दे दे प्यार दे की भी अगर मैं बात करूं, उसमें आपका जो परफॉर्मेंस था, जो कैरेक्टर था, इन्हीं चीजों को लेके previously in our industry female oriented movies have received a little flack कि अरे हमेशा जब औरतों को दिखाते हैं तो शराब पीते हुए दिखाना है, मॉडर्न है तो. But that character was very complex, very intense. And now with Tanya, you have just proven another milestone. How has the experience been and this evolution ये कैसा रहा है आपके लिए?
I think it feels great to begin with the experience, I mean, of course, shooting with Ajay sir as a director or shooting with Amit ji, just sharing his energy on screen, just being there in front of him and being like, I am acting in front of Amitabh Bachchan sir is a great experience in itself. I cannot express it in words as to how grateful I am for having this opportunity, for Ajay sir believing that, see, Tanya also is a very complex character. When you see the film, you will realize complex to play because she's stuck between her own morals and between the loyalty to the airline and to her senior captain. And, when you see the scenes that people are talking about, especially the courtroom scenes, or she wants to say a zillion things, but she cannot. And sometimes when you have dialogues as your pillar of support, it's easier. But there are immense moments where Amit ji is towering over her and she just doesn't, she has to express everything in her head through her eyes. So to believe that I'll be able to pull that off, I think that is a huge gratification for me as an actor. And now that I'm getting that response, I mean, honestly, of course, I hoped, but I didn't expect it to be so unanimous where everyone. No, I swear, I'm a very critical. Every actor is actually, to be honest, every actor, or at least me, I'm very critical of my work. And you can never look at yourself and say, हाँ ये तो बहुत ही अच्छा कर लिया, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है, मतलब लोगों को बोलना है ना वो तो. So I didn't expect that people would unanimously notice that and say that you're standing your own in front of two powerhouse actors, or the kind of reviews how every review has mentioned, besides the film getting good reviews, even me getting good reviews. So I think that is very, very satisfying. And the whole journey, see, the journey has been, I think it's just happened. I just put out an intention out there that even when you spoke about a De De Pyar De, now a De De Pyar De is a commercial film, but I think it's tougher than playing a Tanya. Because because comedy is tougher. Yes. People think it's easier, but to get timing right with a Tabu ma'am, or with Ajay sir, or when so many people are there and then still to get the comedy timing right, it's tougher. So at that time also, when I received so much love, my whole intention was I have to constantly keep working. See, I don't have, people to guide me through, which is great. I don't have complaints about that, but I have to do a trial and error of what's working, what's not working. Because I have to do it myself. No one's going to do it for me, right? And then my only intention is that from every film, there should be a takeaway. Now, whether that's in terms of people I'm working with, teams I'm associating with, or the director I'm working with, sometimes the production I'm working with, the actor I'm working with, and sometimes the role you're doing. You can't have it all in every film. So you have to pick and choose, and sometimes you just choose that. But now my endeavor is that at least whatever films I do, even if the role is, see, we need to write equal roles for a hero-centric film for women. All of that is there. Otherwise, there's a female-centric film. But whatever the situation is, even if it is a smaller role in terms of length, if we say
Yeah.
so, I feel for me it should be impactful. It should be in the linear thread of the story. You know, even if you look at an attack, it's the part of the main story. It's not that if the character was not there, the story was there.
Yes.
So I think that's very important for me, and that's how I'm trying to evolve or make my selection of films. But at the end of the day, all this is talk. Ultimately, you choose from what you get, and all I do is I hope that people take notice and give me more opportunities to showcase variety.
You know, at this point in time, I just wish कि मैं दुनिया को चिल्ला के बता सकती कि ब्रो अगर आपको रकुल प्रीत नहीं पता है तो सीरियसली लाइक आप क्या कर रहे हो लाइफ के साथ.
Oh, so sweet.
And you know, genuinely, this is not something that I'm saying just because you're a big star up celebrity ho, but this comes out of, you know, that genuine affection that not just me, the people that are around me. मतलब एक होता है ना कॉमन चीज होती है बात करने के लिए, जब आप फिल्मों के बारे में भी बात करते हो तो हमारे बीच में कुछ चीजें कॉमन है, जिसमें से जैसे अजय जी एक हैं, अजय देवगन जी के बारे में हमेशा बात होती है, रकुल प्रीत के बारे में हमेशा बात होती है, तब्बू जी के बारे में हमेशा बात होती है, बिकॉज of the kind of things we have seen on screen from each of you. And then when we see you and Ajay Devgan come together time and again over so different characters, it is so refreshing and it is so amazing. तो आपने इनफैक्ट थोड़ा सा स्पिल द बीन्स कर दिया. मैं आपको अगला क्वेश्चन यही पूछने वाली थी कि आपने अजय देवगन के साथ एज एन एक्टर भी काम किया इन अ कॉमेडी फिल्म, which मेरे को कॉमेडी नहीं, मुझे इमोशनल ड्रामा फिल्म लगी.
It was a slice of it was a realistic, it was a very futuristic actually, you know, like that's what's happening. Why don't we talk about it?
Yeah. So that and abhi isme as your senior where you know it's a different, completely different setting. आप intimidate हुई कभी या तो पहले भी या अभी?
I think intimidate nahi hui. But of course, the first time I met Ajay sir was on day one of De De Pyar De. I had not met him. I never had any readings with him. And you know, that time I was like, obviously, Ajay Devgan, ठीक है, साथ में तब्बू है, मैम है, अजय देवगन है, हम लोग सेकेंड हाफ से हमने शूट शुरू की थी. So I had done my readings with my director. But then, you know, when you are with people like your age group, like if I'm working with Ayushmann Sid, I can just tell them, Acha, tell me, what are you doing? What am I doing? Let's rehearse. I can't go up to an Ajay sir and say, chalo, let's rehearse. You know, so in my head,
but sorry to cut you, लेकिन आपका character in the movie was the exact opposite. कि चलो, now we have to do this.
Correct. So to play that character, I had to have a very easy vibe with him.
Yeah.
कि मैं कुछ भी बोल रही हूँ, कुछ भी कर रही हूँ. So I was a little nervous about that, I'll have to admit, as to how will I break the ice. But on day one itself, Ajay sir was so like normal and welcoming and अच्छा आप क्या कर रहे हो, ठीक है, okay, ये कर लेना, ये कर लेना. So you know, you feel okay. I don't need to be worried because he's a very giving actor.
Yeah.
And he's a very secure actor. So I think within 2-3 days that you know, the equation was built and you know, we were doing everything that the script required us to do. So it was a very different experience. Now coming to Runway, because he was just a co-star there, here he was also the director of my film.
That's why.
So I saw more of the director and less of the actor on set, because Runway is a very difficult film to shoot. It's, you know, when you see the film, when you see the first half, which people are raving about, it feels like you're actually a part of that craft, you know, that plane. And to shoot that turbulence, that fear, that tension in a confined space, he required a lot of mental, you know, like just that concentration, focus, and to see everyone's performance and then to set everything and then come and act. So I would see him as an actor for a split second, but otherwise sir had no time. And this was also a film where we were not joking around and all, because we had to be in a very serious, specific mood. You can't crack jokes and come back and behave like I'm getting a panic attack. Yeah. so it was a very different experience, but nevertheless a very, very fine, very beautiful experience, because I think Ajay sir's technical brilliance is just truth.
Yeah. Tell me 3 things जो आपने बच्चन जी से सीखे while acting.
3 things I'll tell you, more than 3 I think. 1, even though he's the Shehenshah of Hindi cinema, he treats every film, every scene like his first. He rehearses. He knew the entire schedule's dialogues. I'm not saying day. entire schedule. It was a 7-day schedule, and he knew the dialogues of all 7 days. And I can guarantee, leave me out also, मतलब मुझे भी नहीं आता होगा, और आज की जनरेशन में किसी भी एक्टर को पूरे के पूरे स्केड्यूल के डायलॉग्स नहीं याद होंगे. वो हम लोग डे बाय डे करते हैं. That's how much prep he does. He comes before time. He's very generous with his actors, very respectful. He wants to rehearse after pack up for the next day to keep it in his mind. What are we doing the next day? So I just felt that, no matter where you reach or what you become, there is a reason he's Amitabh Bachchan sir. And the reason is that he is still so childlike with his craft and still so respectful towards it. And you can never think that you know it all. And that's the biggest thing. It was a reiteration, because I believe in that. I believe in never getting too happy with your success and never getting disappointed with your failure. But that was a reiteration that if an Amitabh Bachchan sir is still doing that, who are you?
True. Future का क्या plan है? आगे what else are we going to see Rakul in?
Well, future, there is Dr. G with Ayushmann. There is a film with Akshay sir, which we've just finished shooting. There is a film called Chhatri Wali, where I play condom tester, quality control head actually of a condom factory, which is by RSVP, which I'm heading. Then there is a film called Thank God, which is with Siddharth. So these 4 films are ready for release. I've finished shooting for these. And then there are 2 more which I'll announce.
Thank you so much, Rakul. You've been very kind. You're beautiful. You are an amazing actress. And please, 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 और ऐसे selective roles करो, because it is amazing to see somebody making it on their own like this, especially when it's a female.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. 92.7